Welcome to WholeCEO with Lisa G. I'm the best-selling author of The Boss Weight Loss. I'm bringing you the top tips to be unstoppable. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to actually pull up a chair with today's top experts in mindset, weight loss, business, and more. Learn our top tips so that you can have more energy, be fit and resilient, feel unstoppable, unshakable, and unbreakable. He's the founder and CEO of Pointerpro, an assessment software platform that helps professional service companies to automate their advisory process. He's passionate about the use of technology to build professional relationships with people at scale. And I'm so excited to welcome to the podcast, Stefan Debois.
Thank you, Elisa. Thank you for having me.
I want to hear all about Pointerpro and how you got started and how we can all use technology to our advantage these days to really scale our business. So why don't you just get into a little backstory first so we can understand what you do?
Yeah, sure. I'm an engineer as an educational background, and then I started off like a long time ago in consulting. I did 15 years as a consultant and then project manager and account manager, mostly working for large companies and doing like enterprise software implementations like SAP and the likes. I I discovered that I wanted to do something, for myself. I wanted to create something and to build a known company. And so I did start to explore some ideas in like a bit more than 10 years ago. And yeah, then finally in 2012, I started what was called back then Survey Anyplace. So as the name indicates, it's like a software tool, or it was a software tool to create surveys. But then the survey market proved to be quite difficult. I mean, we had some steady growth, but not enough really to be a viable company. And we knew that we had to look for a certain niche, which was more like differentiating than just surveys. So we found it only in 2019, so not so long ago. And then we switched to assessments with personalized advice reports. Basically, the assessments, like the questionnaire and the surveys, was not so much difference than what we had before, but we have added then the capability to really use the answers that people give in the questionnaire, to use those answers to provide personalized advice in a nicely formatted report, which can be everything can be set up like end to end, like the questionnaire and the report, without technical knowledge. So that's what we have. That's what we have now, and then we are like successful with. We have many customers, like bigger ones like Deloitte and Entity Data, and also a lot of smaller consultancies who use our software really to automate their advice delivery, because that's the ultimate goal. Like, you have the functionality, of course, but the higher level objective is to automate their advice delivery and thereby be able to scale their business without having to increase their headcount all the time.
Well, that's great. I mean, everybody wants to be able to use tech to our advantage with things rapidly changing so much, like AI taking over, and everybody at the same time wants to be unstoppable in these uncertain times of everything changing. So how can we scale our business even though tech is changing everything and the world is changing so fast? Do you have any advice for our audience on scaling?
Yeah, I think if you're in professional services specifically, many of the listeners will be somehow involved in that industry.
Yes.
So then, before going to a tool like ours to really scale your advice, you have to do some other steps. Yeah? There's 3 steps that you have to take. I always advise to people or to prospects. Like the first one is to stop doing everything for everyone. Yeah, to specialize
Yes.
in a number of service offerings as a consultant, as a professional service company. You have to choose some niche service offering. So, for example, instead of doing marketing, you do digital marketing or even email marketing for real estate companies, for example. Yeah?
Right.
But afterwards, you can, I mean, if you go bigger and recruit more persons and so in your company, you can do other service offerings also. But first, you have to specialize in a few. So then afterwards, as a second step, you have to switch from time and material billing to fixed price business model. Yeah, because if you are in time and material, then it's difficult to automate, or then when you automate your activities, you just work less, and um, when you build time material, that will also be, I mean, implying that you bill less and that your revenue goes down. So that's not a good thing to do. So first you have to go to fixed price, and then you have to start automating. Yeah? For example, if you do email marketing, instead of getting paid by the hour that you write emails, I mean, it's just simple example. Of course, you could say like there's different packages, like a high, medium, or highly priced, medium, and low price. That you, for example, send one email or X emails per month for a certain customer, and that is a fixed amount per month that the customer pays for that service. So that's the
Right.
second step, and the third step is then to create a model, a performance model, whereby you model the performance of your target customer in like a framework or a maturity model. You can call it what you want, so that you have an exact view on how your target customer is performing. For example, if you have email marketing, you could say like level 0 of maturity, for example, when you don't even collect emails as a customer.
Yeah.
And level 5, the highest level, is, for example, when you collect emails and you send targeted emails to different segments of customers at the highest level, for example. And then you can start to divide your customers or prospects in those different categories. So that's the third step, and then afterwards you can start automating. But first you have to do these steps.
Well, that is so helpful. I mean, everybody wants to skip steps and go to the part where they're just like getting the easy money, but it's not until you really niche down and understand your target market and you stop charging by the hour and rather have packages and then have systems where you know who is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 type customer. Is that correct? Is there more about scaling or being unstoppable in these crazy, uncertain business times that you want to add to that?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think especially the switch from time material to fixed price, I think that could be a huge gain for consultants, even if they don't go for the full automation afterwards.
Yeah.
But just being incentivized to really applying efficiency gains. Yeah, you will only have the benefits when you are in a fixed price business model. Otherwise, your efficiency gains just cut your revenue down, basically, which is not the intention, of course.
Right. I think that is such a great business model because there's only one of you, like let's say you're a coach or a consultant like myself. And if people want to understand how much you charge by the hour, that's so limiting compared to a package price and just delivering more for more packages. So once you have a pretty good business plan, do you have to then test and A/B test things to make sure before you scale that it is scalable?
I think as a consultant, you have to to in a specific service offering, you have to deliver a project like for 3, 4, 5 different customers, and then automatically you will see what the typical activities are that you have to deliver to get to a typical result, and you will also have like template deliverables. Everything will be let's say more become more efficient. You will have some reusable material, and then that's the moment that you have to that you can automate things. It's not only with our tool, it's not only with by using assessments, but also using like templated proposals, templated deliverables, as I say, like collaboration software and so on. So that's, I mean, that's the way to go, to standardize, and then to go for a fixed price, and to lower your costs, because you can I mean, by doing the same project over and over, you can, yeah, optimize your resources.
Yeah, I love the idea of working with different kinds of customers too, so you can really see what niche is really best suited for your particular skills and what you're passionate about. Because don't you feel like people have to be passionate about something they're doing if they're going to put in all this work to scale their business?
Yeah, exactly. You yeah, for myself also, I'm more passionate about for example, like what we are doing now, like really automating the advisory process, because I've been a consultant in the past, and in a certain way I'm automating my job that I used to do in the past. So that's interesting. More than like back in the day, like when we did surveys, that was just data collection. I mean, it's also something, of course, that you can be passionate about, but I'm more passionate about what I'm doing now.
Yeah, I think if you're not keeping up with technology, then you're going to get passed by it. So it makes more sense to make tech your friend and learn how to scale with forms and stuff like that. Is there any other tips you have for our audience about how they can be unstoppable and use tech as their friend?
Yeah, I think yeah, we use a lot of SaaS tools, like software as a service tools, also ourselves, yeah, to become more efficient. I would certainly recommend to do that also. I mean, there is like, I would say just try it out, because the threshold like is so it's so easy to use new tools these days. But like the tip that I also would give is watch out for not like yeah, fall into premature scaling, so that you start using tools before you have the size that is required to yeah, to really have the benefits from those tools. So for example, I'm often approached by, for example, ATS, like, or how is it called, applicant tracking systems, when you recruit people, that you can have a tool to see the candidates that are in the pipe and their status and so. But we only recruit, I mean, we recruit between 5 to 10 people per year, so that's probably not, I mean, when other companies recruit 50 people per year, then such tool could be beneficial. But if you do between 5 and 10, it's not yet really beneficial. So we can as well do it in Excel, or I mean, somewhere else. So that's also something to look out for, not doing those that premature scaling. And also, when you have a tool, I always say, like, when you implement a tool, the cost of the tool is only a minor fraction of the actual cost of the implementation. Because changing the people to work from the way that they used to work before the tool, without the tool, and then the way they have to work with the tool, changing people to their way of working is more expensive, often in terms of time and effort spent, than the actual tool. Because the actual tool often, certainly in a SaaS model, in software as a service model, probably the cost is quite like democratized. It's quite affordable, all these tools nowadays.
Well, that is great advice. I know we all want to try to scale before we're ready to scale. So this is an amazing conversation for all of you entrepreneurs, service providers, and where can people find you, Stefan?
Yeah, so I'm like on the social networks I'm most active on is LinkedIn. Yeah, when you look for my name, Stefan Debois, then you will find me, and I'm happy to connect with listeners that want to exchange some expertise or like anything else. And then the website of our company is pointerpro.com.
Yes.
And there you can find, yeah, not only the tool, but also a lot of resources like blog articles and case studies about automating professional services.
Wow. Well, thanks, Stefan. I'm definitely going to connect with you on LinkedIn. It's my favorite platform, and I will check out Pointerpro. Thanks for being a great guest on WholeCEO with Lisa G.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Thanks for coming to WholeCEO with Lisa G. After over 20 years helping people lose weight and get fit, I'm so excited to announce that I found the missing link with my coaching. Message me if you want to learn how to look better, feel better, and go faster with a master. Lisa G at lisagfit.com.